Hey there, friend. I want to ask you something that's a little deep. Have you ever wondered why we suffer? Why sometimes, even when everything seems fine on the outside, good job, good relationships, health, there's still a restlessness inside us. Why there's anxiety, frustration, sadness, or just an unshakable feeling that something's missing. It's one of the biggest questions human beings have asked for thousands of years. And over 500 years ago, a man named Siddhartha Gautama, Buddha, devoted his life to exploring this very mystery. He didn't just ask, why do we suffer? He asked, is there a way out? Today, I'd love to share with you the Buddha's insights into the psychology of suffering, how it arises, how it takes hold of our minds, and how we can overcome it. This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's deeply practical. It's about how we live each day, how we relate to our thoughts and feelings, and how we can discover peace even in a world that's often chaotic. Let's explore together. Part 1. What is suffering? First, let's clear something up. When people hear Buddhism talk about suffering, they sometimes think it's all doom and gloom. Like Buddhism teaches that life is nothing but misery. That's not true. The Buddha didn't say life is only suffering. He said life includes suffering, an important difference. The Pali word he used is dukkha. Dukkha is often translated as suffering, but it's broader than just physical pain or sadness. It can mean unsatisfactoriness. This is a sense that things aren't quite right. The stress that comes from wanting life to be different than it is. Even pleasurable experiences, the Buddha said, carry dukkha because they are impermanent. They change. They slip away. Have you ever been on vacation, loving every moment, but feeling a subtle sadness because you knew it would end? That's dukkha. There are 3 types of dukkha. Buddhist teachings describe 3 types of dukkha. 1. The dukkha of ordinary pain. This is the suffering we all know. Physical pain, emotional hurt, loss, illness, aging, death. No one escapes these. 2. The dukkha of change. This is the stress we feel when things we love change or fade away. The end of a relationship, losing a job we cared about, watching children grow up and leave home. Even good things are tinged with dukkha because nothing stays the same. 3. The dukkha of conditionality. This is the most subtle form of suffering. It's the existential discomfort that comes from living in a world that's constantly shifting, where nothing is permanent or fully under our control. Even if everything is going well, there's a fragile quality to life that leaves us uneasy. Part 2. The origins of suffering. So, where does suffering come from? The Buddha taught that suffering arises from craving and clinging. In Pali, the word is tanha, often translated as thirst or craving. It's the relentless feeling that I'll be happy when I have this. I can't be happy if I lose that. Something's missing in my life. Craving makes us chase after pleasure and run from discomfort. It's a constant push-pull that exhausts us. Modern psychology calls this the hedonic treadmill. We keep running toward the next thing: money, relationships, status, believing it will finally make us happy, but the happiness never lasts. The Buddha diagnosed this cycle over 2,000 years ago. Part 3, Psychological Roots of Dukkha. Let's look deeper into the mind. Buddhism and modern psychology agree on something crucial. Much of our suffering comes not from what happens, but from how we interpret what happens. Here's an example. Imagine you text someone and they don't reply. What's your first thought? They're busy, it's no big deal. Or they're ignoring me. I must have done something wrong. What the event is the same lack of reply. But your mind's story can spiral into anxiety and pain. The Buddha taught that we suffer because we misperceive reality. We cling to the idea that things should be permanent. The idea that we have a solid, unchanging self. The belief that lasting satisfaction can come from external things. These mental habits keep us stuck in cycles of stress. The 5 aggregates. Buddhism breaks down the human experience into 5 aggregates, skandhas. Form, rupa, the physical body; feeling, vedana, sensations of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral; perception, samna, labeling experiences; mental formations, sankhara, thoughts; intentions, habits; consciousness, vijnana, awareness. The Buddha taught that we mistakenly think these 5 aggregates add up to a solid self, but they're always changing. When we see this clearly, our grip on identity softens. We begin to experience life with more ease. Part 4, Emotional Reactivity and Suffering. One of the biggest sources of psychological suffering is reactivity. Something triggers USA, word, an event, a memory, and we react automatically. The Buddha called this paticca samuppada, or dependent origination. It's a chain reaction. Contact leads to feeling. Feeling leads to craving. Craving leads to clinging. Clinging leads to suffering. Modern neuroscience confirms this. Our brain's fear centers can hijack our rational mind in milliseconds. The key is awareness. Part 5, Mindfulness and the Path Beyond Suffering. So, how do we break free? The Buddha offered the Noble Eightfold Path. These 8 principles guide us toward freedom from suffering, right? Understanding, seeing things as they are, right? Intention, cultivating kindness and non-harming, right speech, speaking truthfully and compassionately, right action, living ethically, right livelihood, earning a living without causing harm, right effort, letting go of unwholesome states, right mindfulness, staying present and aware, right concentration, developing focused attention, At the heart of this path is mindfulness. Mindfulness means noticing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting tangled in them. Instead of reacting automatically, we can pause, breathe, and choose a wiser response. Mindfulness and modern psychology. Modern psychology has embraced mindfulness because it works. It reduces anxiety and depression. It helps us manage pain. It increases resilience and emotional balance. John Kabat-Zinn, who brought mindfulness into medicine, says, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." Mindfulness helps us surf the waves of life instead of drowning in them. Part 6, compassion and self-kindness. Buddhism also emphasizes compassion toward others and ourselves. When we suffer, our instinct is often self-criticism. Why can't I handle this? I'm such a failure. But Buddhism teaches that suffering is part of the human condition. It's not your fault. Practicing loving kindness meditation, metta, helps soften self-judgment. You might silently repeat, "May I be peaceful. May I be safe. May all beings be free from suffering." Compassion is a powerful balm for suffering. Part 7, letting go. One of Buddhism's most transformative teachings is letting go. Letting go doesn't mean suppressing feelings or pretending you don't care. It means releasing the tight grip of craving, clinging, and aversion. Imagine holding a butterfly. Clench your fist tightly and you crush it. Hold your hand open and it rests there lightly. Letting go creates space for joy and peace. Suffering as a path to wisdom. Here's the paradox. In Buddhism, suffering isn't just something to get rid of. It's also a teacher. When we turn toward our pain with curiosity, we discover the impermanent nature of all things, the freedom of not clinging, a deeper compassion for others. The Buddha himself became awakened, not by avoiding suffering, but by understanding it fully. Conclusion, a life beyond suffering. So, my friend, the psychology of suffering in Buddhism isn't about denying pain. It's about understanding it. When we see how suffering arises, we gain the power to transform it. We can live with more clarity, kindness, freedom, joy. The Buddha said, "I teach suffering and the end of suffering." That's the essence of the path. May you find peace in your journey. May you discover the wisdom hidden in your struggles. And may your life grow ever more free and open. Thanks for being here with me today.